Hello and welcome to World History. My name is Sradkova-Strawn, or as the kids know me as Miss Strawn, which is much easier to say than my full last name. It has been a pleasure and a privilege to be with my students these 6 weeks and to continue to be their guide throughout the wonders of history. We started with the early river civilizations and we're going to make it all the way to contemporary issues in our last unit in December. We also try to incorporate important events and things that we need to know throughout our weeks. A little bit about me. I have a master's in history from Bulgaria, my home country, and a bachelor's in political science from the University of Wisconsin-Superior. I have been with CMS for 11 years now in different positions in different schools, and this is my fifth year teaching at Independence, which I love as people, as atmosphere, and just as a place to work. What do we study in world history? We study a lot. It is content-rich subject. We cover a lot of information and we try to approach it analytically. We ask the questions why and how. There are so many events, and I want to teach the kids to think critically, to use skills like understanding the main idea, finding the cause and effect, being able to analyze the changes that are happening. So for first unit, our big question was, are the early river civilizations more similar or more different? We had to find what makes up civilization, what are the elements, and then actually as historians look through different examples of civilizations and find these elements and actually see and compare and contrast them. Our second unit, which we just finished last week, our big question was, how do empires gain, maintain and lose power? So we compared Alexander the Great's empire, the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, the Gupta Empire, the Song and the Tang dynasties in China, and we looked at them as examples of empires and what tools did they use to actually expand their territory, to keep their control. How did they lose that control? So we focus on analytical skills, on these skills that are gonna help them to think critically, to ask the question, why did it happen? How did it happen? What caused it? And what are the results of it? And also to find these specific topics and roots of significant events so they can bring them to contemporary issues and actually become thinkers. Their goals are to be able to analyze documents, to be able to answer historical questions in a written and oral form by providing evidence and being able to corroborate the information. We have a textbook, which we have a hard copy of the textbook, and we also have it online, which the students can reach through their NC at Cloud. It has a lot of information. I'm trying to provide everything that they need through their Canvas assignments and the live lessons. This is more of additional resource that history buffs can actually use, or we can use when we need to do a project or a research. At this point, everybody needs their computer, tablet, or phone for their virtual live lessons and their Canvas assignments. And I have asked the kids to have a notebook every time they come to live class. We start with a warm-up, which is usually questions on material that we have already covered, or an introduction asking them for their previous knowledge or their opinion, their predictions, and I trust that they actually do write in that notebook. And we're also practicing staying organized, keeping our information together. Now, how do we navigate our course in Canvas? Let's delve into that. So this is what the kids see when they enter through NC Ed Cloud and click on World History. This is the home page. That's the first thing that they actually see. And on there, they are going to find the information for the day. As you can see, today is Thursday, September 24, 2020, and here is the access to the live classes. If you click on block 3 at 12:05, you'll be able to get to the live class. At 1:30, when you click on block 4, you'll be able to enter my fourth block, World History. If that, for some reason, Zoom link does not work, we have the live lessons connection. It's always there, and it has the links right under the images. So this is how the students get to the live lessons from their Canvas page for every day. Also, every day it will tell them what are the next steps, what are the assignments that they need to do. We managed to cover a lot of the work in class. We always start with the warm-up where I explain step by step. On the home page, they can click on the actual link and it will take them to the warm-up. So here is the warm-up today. We are focusing on the Middle Ages and we use pictures as our resource to learn. So we are going to be doing image analysis, and it is in the form of a discussion. We are going to be sharing our opinions, and each student is going to look independently and write their own opinion. Then we are going to look at each other's opinions and have a discussion. Once this is complete, we're going to go to the next assignment, which is a video that the students will be able to answer the questions right in the video. It is a platform called Edpuzzle. When they click on it, they open the video, they have to watch the video, and the actual questions are embedded in there. So this is how the students are able to find everything that they need for the day. Now, if the students were not able to come to class the day before to the live lesson, they can go back to see what did they miss on the day before, even couple days before. It is the whole week is here. So if you were not able to join us on Monday, September 21st, you can click on the PowerPoint and you can go through everything that we did that day. It is different when we don't have the discussions, but you can see what we did for warm-up, what was our essential question, what was the standard that we focused, and each day in history we learn what happened on this day back in time. And then they can go to through the slides for each day and make sure that they complete their assignments. They can go back and see if they need to finish any of the assignments for the week. And this is our Canvas course. Right now we are on Unit 3. We are on Unit 3, Lesson 4, focusing on the Middle Ages, a very tumultuous, interesting time. So we are trying to disband some myths and learn a little bit more about Europe during the 5th and the 15th century. So you can ask them about it. Here is again an overview of the course navigation. Coursework expectations for the class. I expect them to be there every day during the live lessons. We go over the topic. I try not to go over the 40 minutes of screen time that is allotted for our live lessons. If students want to work with me after the end of the live lesson, the Zoom is open and they can stay with me and ask questions, go over if they need to know what assignments they're missing, or they need to ask me a question on specific assignment, they can always stay with me after Zoom. But if they want to go and work on their own in their asynchronous assignment, that is totally fine, and they can always send me an email or a text to connect and ask me a question. Um, some students are sharing with me that they have trouble focusing on the working for their asynchronous work. So I've shared a couple strategies with them, and one is to divide the work into shorter segments, 15 to 20 minutes of work, and then taking a break and then going back to finishing assignments. They can always partner up with somebody in class to keep each other accountable for the work, and they can always stay with me after work. Their work after our life lesson should not be any more than 40 minutes, and that will cover a regular class that we would have at school, which is 90 minutes, and with the life lesson and their asynchronous time, that would be their allotted time for the lesson for the day. If they're taking more breaks, it might take them a little bit longer, but no more than 40 minutes to maybe an hour some days, which would be their work, asynchronous work for the day. But that's going to be very rare. It is way less than that most of the days. So coursework expectations, informal assignments will include warm-ups, group work, notebook checks, in-class tasks, class participation, exit tickets, and the formal assignments would be 70% of the grade would be quizzes, DBQs, essays, projects, and you can always check their grade in PowerSchool. Now there is a grade in PowerSchool and there is a grade in Canvas. They might not be exactly the same, as Canvas covers their asynchronous assignments, while PowerSchool includes also those class participation, in-class tasks, group projects that are an extension to the class assignments assigned in Canvas. Late work, I take 10 points for every day that it is late. And of course, it is all based on student-teacher communication. They have to be able to communicate with, tell me why are they late, what was the issue, what were the hardships, so I can take that into consideration when I am looking at the work and figuring out if it is late or not. How to contact me. So the school phone number is on the screen. My email is also there. The students have them written in their notebooks. On the first day, I asked them to write all that information in their notebooks. They also have my Google Voice that you can call me, send me a message on. At this point, the school phone number is rarely going to be useful, as most days I am not at the school building. But as communication form, I use talking points. It is a message app, and it sends short, quick announcements to keep you updated. If you're not receiving messages from me, email me your number and I will include it in the talking points. Actually, it is going to become the school-wide messaging platform. So everybody should start receiving messages from their teachers on talking points. Encouragement, I want to encourage you to stay informed about what's happening. You can join Canvas as a observer. We have the Independence, bigibelieve.com is the Independence website where you're going to find useful information. Indy also has a Twitter and Facebook Patriot pages that are informative and useful. So please stay informed about what's happening and know how your child is progressing. Um, you can always join me in live lessons if you want to. We do a lot of interactive PowerPoints where the students are answering right at that moment. We chat, we use breakout rooms, we have group and individual work through different platforms. And we always, most of the days, not always, but most of the days, we have a participation completion grade. If you want to become a Canvas observer, please email me and I can add you through the email so you can see how your child is doing in Canvas and have access to all this information that I'm sharing. My tutoring hours are on Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. via Zoom. The link is in the live lessons in Canvas. And as we're starting as next week, we're going to have academic checks on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 9:25 and 10:10 for all classes, and the link will be shared. Have a good one, everyone.